All right, it's Chinese kit time. Everybody loves Chinese kit time. This is a electronic hourglass kit. All right, from the Shenzhen Ximing Electronics Company Limited in Fuyang, Shenzhen, I don't know. Anyway, let's get it onto a tray. Nice. All right, we got a PC board, lots of LEDs in the shape of an hourglass. I imagine that's going to go, and then when you turn it over, it goes the other side. Is there a turnover thing or not? I don't have a turnover thing. A lot of times you'll have like a mercury-filled switch or something, so it detects whether you turn it over or not. You probably have to push the button, but yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Let's get it built. All right, we've got one surface mount part. So let's get some solder paste on there. All right. Let's see, pin 1, okay. And without the aid of a microscope, because I am a professional. Oops. All right, let's use I think we'll use a hot air gun today. I want it pushed over just a little bit. All right. All right, I think we're done. Yeah, let me see how we did here. Got a little solder bridge on the other side there. We can clean this up with a soldering iron. Let's flip this around. Yeah, we got one solder bridge here on pins. I don't know what they're. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 9 and 10 are shorted together. Everything else looks good. So let's turn on the soldering iron. Usually just takes one swipe of the soldering iron and you're done. There we go, that's it. That's all it takes. You just put your soldering on and pull it away, and it just kind of wipes, and away you go, you're done. All right, so now we can put on the LEDs. I don't know how careful I'll be. There are quite a few of them, aren't there? Quite a few. I found a new pool hall in town. I'm really into billiards. I really have played billiards all my life, and Kind of stopped with COVID, and I go over to my friend's house who has a real nice table, but that's like like once every 2 months I go to his house and play. He's got a gold-crowned, Brunswick gold crown. People who are into billiards, they know what that is. I got a phone call, though, the other day from a friend who I used to play with a couple decades ago. We both worked at Agilent, and Agilent had a pool table. And it's a long story. We had a group, a company that was purchased by HP Labs. They were trying to get into a particular technology, and this technology was already being done by a Japanese company, and there was a California group working on it, and they wanted to get out of that technology and do something else, so they sold the California group, and it was beneficial to the type of work that we were doing, so we purchased them, and they had a pool table at their little facility, and it got moved over to our facility, and we put it in one of the unused conference rooms. We had a pool table at work, and it was great. So once you put in a pool table, all the guys who play pool can smell it from a mile away, and they show up. So this guy showed up, and we became friends. And anyway, long story. So he called me up the other day and said that he's playing at the senior center. And now there's a senior center here in town, and last time I looked in the window at the pool table, I was unimpressed, and so I haven't really thought twice about it. There's a lot of bad tables in the world, and bad pool balls, anyway, a lot of bad things, and you want the good stuff to play on. So anyway, he said, no, we have 5 tables now. I have 5 tables? Yeah, and they have 3 AMF tables, and they've just been reclothed with Simonis cloth. And I went, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. He goes, yeah. So it costs $37 to join the senior center for 1 year. $37 for 1 year. And then you can play as many hours of billiards as you want. So that's just crazy talk. Yeah, that's crazy talk. So anyway, while they do have nice tables, and they just had them reclothed, they do not have nice billiard balls. And so people bring their own. And so he's got a nice set of Aramith balls, and so I played with those. And so I just figured, well, I need my own set of balls if I'm going to go play, and nobody's there. So I just ordered a set of Aramith Super Pros. Yes, the good stuff. Now I need to flip this upside down, and I'll be able to put some pressure on it and solder it from the back side. So let's see if I can attempt that. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. And it is not working to my, there we go, not working to my satisfaction. So I guess, oops. Guess that'll do. Need something about the same thickness. I'm going to use this thing here. There we go. All right. So I'll do one side of the LED and then push them into place. Comment below if you are a billiard player. My friend's really into different exotic cues and stuff. Of course, he has a Southwest. I used to have a Southwest, but I don't know. I never bonded with it. I had it for about 5 years, but never really grew in love with it. I've had Jacoby cues. I've had Coker cues, Tom Coker. I love Coker cues. They're really, really good. I've had some other ones. The perfect pool cue found me, though, a few years ago. It is a Titleist Conversion. Brunswick used to be the big powerhouse in pool tables and stuff. And they used to build cues, and they had a machine that did real fancy stuff, that did splicing of the wood and stuff, and they made Willie Hoppy cues, these Titleist cues, and so they were one-piece cues, and some people would take these one-piece cues and they would cut them in half and they would make two-piece cues out of them, and that is called a Titleist conversion. I can't get my... So I have a Titleist conversion made by Paul Drexler. That was a pretty big name in cue making. And I talked to him and I said, where'd you get the blanks for this thing? Because you need to find old cue blanks and from the Brunswick Corporation. And there was a rumor of where they had come from, but he told me the Brunswick Corporation has been bought and sold a few times. And I forget what the parent company is called. Anyway, they had been bought and sold several times. And during one of the sales, they were doing inventory so that they could evaluate the price of the company. And in the execution of the audit, they had opened up a back storeroom and found a whole bunch of billiard blanks. And they're basically half finished cues, but they're really high quality, fancy inlays. And anyway, long story. So I need to flip this over. He said that during one of those audits, they found some unfinished things, and he had acquired 6 of them, these Titleist blanks, and had built a run of 6 cues. And indeed, on my cue is in handwriting from Paul that I am number 2 of 6. And so give a shout out if you're got one of the other ones or not. What a beautiful cue. It is very solid. Has a leather grip, which is not real standard. Most billiard cues are linen wrapped, but this has a leather wrap. Really well done. I'm putting some pressure on the bottom to push these guys flat. So anyway, yeah, what a wonderful cue. And then I have a laminated shaft on it, an X. What is an X? Yeah, X. I forget. Some company makes something called an X something or other. I don't like the Predator shafts. I think they hit too hard, and this one hits a bit softer. Man, this is hard. I think what I'll do, yeah. This is not easy. Looks like a simple little project, but it is not easy to solder. No. Anyway, I've got a private pool room now, all to myself, basically. I mean, there's only like half a dozen guys who actually go there, and so you can just walk in, and it's open from like 7 to 5 every day. I could just play till I bleed or something, I don't know. I'm good for about 3 hours at a time. I'll play 3 hours of pool. All right. always wanted my own pool table, but I don't got room. I don't got room. When I was a kid, when I got the bug in junior high. I think it was junior high school. I must have watched some movie. I don't know, or learned about, I don't know what it was. Back then, even billiards was on Worldwide of Sports. You could watch Willie Mosconi play and stuff, and yeah. Anyhow, I got the bug, and the good pool tables in town were down at the bowling alley. I had Brunswick tables, and I need to fix this one here. So I would go there and go for about 3 hours. You get a little card. When you went there, they stamped your card at what time you went in, and then you would get your card stamped when you came out. The guy who owned the place seemed to take a liking for this dumb kid who wanted to learn how to play pool, and I'd go in for half an hour, and he'd look at the card. He wouldn't put it through the machine. He'd just look at the card and say, "That's $3." Okay. And I go in and I play for 3 hours. And I come out. Let's see. That's $3. Didn't matter how long I was there. He charged me $3. So I played a lot of pool. One summer. It was one summer. I played pool for about 3 hours a day for an entire summer. And I got reasonable at it. And then went to college, and they had a pool table at the recreation center there or whatever. I used to play with this guy. I used to play a weird game, but I used to play all the time. They had a pool tournament. I finished second place. That was number 2 at my university, I guess. The guy who beat me, his dad owned a pool hall. He was raised in a pool hall, so yeah, no chance to beat him. It's like these guys who sleep underneath the pool table and wake up in the morning. Anyway, so billiard balls are not cheap. I paid $270 for some Aramith Super Pros, which is a good price. I think list they go for like $350 or something. It does matter. Balls do matter. They have a different feel. I've shown my lathe before, and it is instrumental in putting tips on cues. I use it to maintain my pool cues, of which I've had many. I need to get these in. Oops, I forgot to push them down. Shoot. Doing 2 at a time. Yeah, I had the Southwest. I got the Titleist Conversion. I've had Coker, a couple Coker cues. I like those. I've had what's the name of the other guy? Jacoby. Had a Jacoby cue. It was a nice cue. It was a player. It had a little bit soft. It was a good straight pull cue kind of thing. My buddy's trying to talk me into converting a cue that I have into a break cue. I guess there's a new fancy tip that all the cool kids are using for braking. So I might do that. Some kind of weird Lexan clear sub-tip. I don't know, maybe the whole tip is like a Lexan, weird Lexan thing. I'm kind of one of those guys who thinks that the brake is one of the more important shots and that you should just use the cue that you always use, but then people complain, oh, you're going to flatten your tip, you don't want to do that, and I don't know. You can go either way. I have had brake cues before. There, I'm halfway done. Oh my goodness, this is way more work than it's worth. All right, I'm going to pause the camera. I'll come back when I have the other half loaded. All right, there we go. It is together and it is doing something. It's blowing out my camera for sure. I'll turn the exposure down here. That's going to be kind of weird. All right, anyway. There's a button here, and you can push the button, and you can make it go faster. And you don't have to flip it upside down, it just starts over again. Mine's got some kind of problem with the bottom row doesn't light up, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But anyway, there you go. Chinese kit time, the Hourglass.